Hi guys and welcome to Get Your Reviews. So The Killing Joke. I saw this movie and first of all I haven't read the novel yet. The comic book, I did not read that just yet. So I am going to talk about for the animation, for this animated movie, like there is no other story, just look at it as a movie, because I do know that they went really close to the real story, but not quite. I am going to read it eventually, but let's now discuss this as a movie only, because it is a movie only. So first of all, I'm not really a fan of the animation style. I do not like the manga animation style. I used to like it when I was little, but now I just don't. I'm sick of it. It hasn't changed for, so many years now. And Batman looks terrible. This whole animation, the way everything is animated, looks extremely dated. And it's dated, it's old, it's just terrible. I much more prefer if it's CGI animation. I know that this will cost a lot more, but we will have extremely, quality animation, like a cutscene of a game even. It's like a ton better than this. So they can do something to change it, and I personally just miss the old, American animations, like the old Spider-Man animations. They look so good. The animation itself as movements of the characters, was not that good. And it's dated as well, like this now is. But at least they didn't look manga. They did look just amazing, amazingly drawn, really. It's something like this today, but only, created with CGI, so it could be a little bit more, 3D, is going to be just amazing. And they dare to show this in theaters in America, and I'm like, this is not worthy to be shown on the big screen. You will not gain anything from it. And this movie does not have any cool action scenes. It basically has one car chase and one explosion or two, and that's that. So it's just a movie to sit at home and watch. Okay, now, so as a story, there were, I don't know if you know this. Okay, maybe I'm going to say that in the spoiler section. But okay, as a story, as something that I can say without spoilers, the story is interesting. It shows you a lot about Joker's mentality, origin, why he is like that, although I didn't exactly get it, but I'm going to talk about that in the spoiler section. As a level of bloodiness, this movie had a lot of blood. You could say brutal scenes, absolutely. It is the most brutal animation, at least that I've ever seen, just because I don't watch the crazy manga stuff that they're just so twisted. I don't watch that. They're like a ton more twisted than this. But this was, pretty crazy and twisted as well. They did not show everything. They did not show, fully everything, thank God. Because it's even more creepy when you see it in animation. They're also trying to make it seem very creepy. I did like how Barbara Gordon was like, her appearance, and her in the costume. As a character, I did not like her very much, and that doesn't seem to be her, and as some of the things that she decided to do in this movie. And as a, believability, as a story, I did not believe some of the things that happened, especially between her and Batman, and why they happened and all of that. Other than that, this movie as a whole was interesting to watch. It wasn't slow or anything. It was, it was like every other DC animation. It went well in terms of pace, but I'm not sure that it deserves the buzz that it's getting. It is not that special the way that it's done here, at least. At the very, very end, the way that they did that, and the end scenes with with Batman and the Joker, I think at least everybody knows that they didn't do that very well. It wasn't very impactful, really. So guys, you just go and see it and have your own opinion about it. But I do think that in these times that we live in terms of quality of animation, 21st century, we should get some kind of an upgrade on the animation and stop directing everything to the manga guys. Because when I watch, American animation, I prefer to be American animation just because they have their own style that I love, and we don't get to see it anymore because they just don't do it. They just directed everything to the manga guys, and the manga guys should do their own thing, and whatever they like. I just wish at least those animations, Batman, Superman, to be done by the American guys. Just I'm sick of that style. It's all over the place, everything looks the same, and the new DC, Justice League something, I forgot, it was so cartoonish. Couldn't believe when I saw the trailer. I was going to do a video about that, a separate video, but it was so cartoonish and so childish. Well, maybe it's directed to younger audience, but that same style of the expression on the face, even one guy with stretching arms, I forgot his name, was flying and his arms were like that, and it looked terribly cartoonish, like something from 10 years ago or more. Guys, it's not fun. It's not fun for me. I no longer see this as normal, considering that, when I was a kid, the same animation was present and it's not changed not one bit. Okay, so spoiler section. I did not like that stupid sex scene with Batman and Batgirl. I didn't get it at all. I mean, I know that she's attracted to him, although in the comics she's really not, at least how I think, I remember. As far as I know, she's not. But anyways, even if she is here in this story, that sex scene was stupid. I mean, why she's going to do that on a rooftop? Why he's going to do that? It's so unsafe. Everyone can see them, and it was so sudden. I know that they know each other for a long time, but it was too sudden for me, and it didn't make any sense. And why Batman even agreed to this? Shouldn't be like, Barbara, what are you doing or something, but he's like, oh yeah, of course I'm going to accept that. Well, sex is just sex, And he didn't react after this. It's like he did not care to say anything. Like, he didn't care, like she's nothing. At the same time, she means something to him, but he's like, oh yeah, I'm going to talk to you later. I don't want to talk about that. I mean, that was never really addressed, like, at all. And she's like, I don't care, this is only sex. And I'm like, what am I watching? A Disney animation about superheroes, or like a Gossip Girl episode, or what is this? I just didn't like it. It wasn't believable at all. It just for the sake of it, just like all those shows like Spartacus, when they show sex scenes, just they think of some kind of excuse and they do show it, just to be there. But I didn't think that it was logical, necessary, meaningful, anything like that. I mean, I understand if they had some kind of a sexual attraction from both sides relationship that was building up, and this will happen, of course, but this was just like, I'm Batman, I have a penis. Let's do it. Is this Batman? Okay. I mean, I know that he could maybe do that to another woman, maybe. That he just met or something. One night stand as Bruce Wayne, but as himself, fully himself, it just didn't seem like the character. As for the other twisted stuff, they're twisted stuff, and is the Joker being the Joker, and the end scene where maybe Batman killed the Joker. I don't know, it was too quiet, and I don't get how Batman can do that. Just, Joker just went numb. He just didn't made any noise, and that was that. They just showed the water, and in the comics it's similar, but it's a little bit better shown, definitely more impactful, and you can feel it more that something did happen, and this was like abbreviation of the real thing. because I did not read, like I said, the comic book, but I did see that last page, how it looked. So at least that, I can talk about that. So that's pretty much on the spoiler side. I don't think that anything else deserves that much of attention in this movie. It was, the first part of the movie was with this creepy guy, Paris, France, and his obsession, and then when, Barbara couldn't walk anymore, everything was like dippity-doo, everything is fine, she's going to be the Oracle now, everything is super fine, everything turned out okay. The reality is that she was just like a plot device, because now Batman and her don't have to be together on the rooftops to fight crime, and she don't have to be away from fighting crime because she is going to help Batman. So it was kind of like, oh yeah, it's perfect. She's going to be in a wheelchair and helping and being Batman's eyes on the city and everything. It was like that, like, oh yeah, that's perfectly fine now, because we are going to totally not explore that relationship between them. Not so awesome. So it's just like a convenience to get rid of her this way, I mean. So anyway guys, the Killing Joke, I think it could have been a lot more impactful than it is. It could have been felt more, and I also didn't get, like I said, I actually forget to talk about that, why the Joker actually went mad. I mean, first he didn't react when his wife died. He almost didn't react. He was like, sad face, and that's it. Like somebody just told him that, his team just lost a match. But even, then he will show a little bit more emotion. So it's maybe like saying, oh, there's no pancakes today, or something like that. And then when he fell into the chemicals and he started to get mad, maybe then hit him, the whole news, and then he went mad because of it, because he kept it all inside. So that's the only way to explain this, but again, it wasn't shown enough well. You just see some guy that's laughing in a puddle of chemicals. It's kinda not enough, at least not for me. You don't see the emotional journey that he's going through. He just goes from scared, weak guy, physically, mentally just weak guy, to this crazy genius. Crazy, villain genius. And I'm like, how is this possible, Only the chemicals are to explain this? Not really buying it. Not really buying it. So maybe it was the fault of the movie, or the real story in the comic books. I have to check that. I can't say. But as the movie, like I said, I'm going to discuss the movie. And the movie was not did not show this well. So guys, that is what I think about the Killing Joke. Let me know what you think in the comments. Did you like it? Did you see it? Are you planning to see it? Are you interested to see it? So let me know, guys. Thank you again. Until next time with Gary G Reviews.